All right, everyone, here we go with the weekly reading for the week of August 2nd through the 8th. I mean, we're running right up into Lionsgate energy, which is starting to bleed in around the 4th, right? I'm, of course, pulling on it very soon, all right? But this will be an interesting weekly reading. I got a pre-shuffle here. What actions they're likely to take. Something that's been, and it makes total sense with the energies of this week. It really does. Even with Venus's move and all of that, look, I got something that's been standing still. Nobody getting in the water here. It's perfect skinny dipping water too. Nobody in there. Standing still. That's escalating very fast. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Two of Wands. We're making plans to get married, to stay together long term. This is a big fucking deal. We're walking away from what was, off to our 9 cups. It's a total reconciliation energy. It's a total escalation. All right? Something that's been stuck escalates very quickly. Now, this can play out a lot of ways. I want you to know it's just the surface energy, and it is just a pre-shuffle, but I'm going to shuffle for the reading. It could play out. I want to start making sure, and I've done it in the past, I want to make sure you cut your astrologers and other readers and me some slack. All right? When something like that is said, it's energy that's being read. Even if it's an astrological forecast, they're reading the energy. They're talking about this planet's pulling on the gravity this way, and this is causing this to happen, blah, blah, blah. It's all energy. Everything is energy. So that said, what I've just told you could be a love connection that hasn't gone anywhere, a runner you want to come back, shows up and it escalates fast. It could also be just an argument you're having with somebody out in public or your neighbor, and it escalates into a fist fight, and all of a sudden the cops come and they drag you off. And that's what that Eight of Cups was. It could be, I mean, I don't know. You might say, well, walking away from 8 cups toward the 9 cups, it doesn't always have to mean that. It could just be the police drag you away from 8 broken cups so you don't break more. Could be that too. Whatever the case, it feels very lovey-dovey with the Page of Cups and Knight of Cups. I just want to make sure you're also paying attention to other ways these types of things could play out. And you're not just jumping to the best thing, the fantasy thing that you have, right? Most of the time, life is fairly mundane, okay? And the energies I'm reading can be fairly mundane. They can play out in fairly mundane ways. It's not making it fit to spot it. Something that's been stagnant, that's been at peace, at rest, becomes not at rest and escalates quickly. That's all you need to know, all right? So, based on the Friday reading, what actions are they going to take based on the context we got on Friday? It's time we split the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces again, but we clarify. All right? We're talking about actions here, so it's easier. Although we're bound by free will. Nobody can predict free will. All right, are you ready? It's a general reading, blah, blah, blah. Right? I'm not a time lord, blah, blah, blah. This might play out next week, all that kind of crap. There's your overall energy. I rest my case. I should just walk away now. There it is, the Lovers. Yeah. A path is being lit. Somebody's headed your way. All right? A motel room by the hour needs to be rented. I mean, I don't know. It's the Lovers. It is nice. A connection can be healed here. But things get out of control. There it is. Proof of the pre-shuffle right there. 7 Wands. Things get out of control. Somebody, I believe, and I hope the fuck it's not you. I'm not sure that it is. Based on the Friday reading with the final cards where I had it added all up, and I said they're feeling very emotional, right, on the DM side, somebody here is a little oversensitive. Be careful what you say, okay? Just be careful. Things escalate quickly. Yeah, it could escalate into, we had the Hierophant in the pre-shuffle. I'll do the lateral thinking for you. It could escalate into marriage. It's a Hierophant. Hierophant also represents long time, long range kind of things, long term, right? It could be words that can't be taken back as well because there's also an 8 of Cups. I mean, it could be read a lot of different ways. If you want it to be read the ideal way, I would watch what you say. Somebody's very defensive, okay? What do you mean you love me? What do you mean? What are you trying to say, right? I'm just trying to say I love you. Well, fuck you. No, what? You know, it can go that way. It can get that crazy town. All right? So, you know, there you go. I don't know what you say. You know, just try to keep that in mind. If you notice somebody's being oversensitive, backpedal a little bit or just shut the fuck up. Okay? This is very good. It's very good if you've wanted to hear from somebody or if something's been stuck in your life and you need it to get moving. This is great energy. But one-sided, even if it's a thing, even if it's like, well, Steve, I've been waiting to buy this boat. And now I finally can get this boat. The energy around the boat or the person selling it will be defensive. All right? So be careful. It is what it is. All right. Let's go. I remember a friend of mine was selling his car. He loved that car, right? But he, you know, it was time to sell it. And some asshole came to look at it. I was there. Some asshole came to look at it and he's trying to get a better deal, so he starts insulting the car. Well, the carpets or whatever. That was not the right move. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. My friend is the one who had the defensive energy at that time. And he just said, well, you know what? It's not for sale anymore. And he sent that guy packing. All that guy had to do was shut up and get a really good deal on a car. You know, and he didn't. So I'm giving you the advice. In that analogy, you're the guy, right? You know, it is what it is. Just if you see somebody's getting defensive, zip it. Or backpedal a little bit, you know. Let's see where we go. Our story starts with Aries, position 1, ends with Pisces, position 12. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. Remember, I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope, okay? It doesn't matter what your sign is. If it resonates, it resonates. Most of you have pretty much set positions at this point, if you've been here a while, which most of you have, that you identify with. So I can dig it. We're going to clarify with the light seer, which randomly at the bottom, and I did notice this before I started the video, has a Wheel of Fortune. But underneath it is an 8 of Swords. And I didn't know why that was there. When I saw it before I shuffled for the pre-shuffle. Now I know why it's here. Yeah, things change quickly, but they can get out of control very fast, you know. That guy that came to look at my friend's car thought he had the car locked. Should have kept his mouth shut about all the shit he was bitching about. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So I don't want you to make the same mistakes here, okay? All right, let's see where we go. Somebody's defensive. Position 1, Aries. Let's hit it. Let's go. Temperance. Okay. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? Somebody's ready to tell you the truth. Okay. Now again, I want to reiterate. This could be your neighbor that has zipped their lip. This could be somebody else who's been following you around the grocery store. They've been just following you around and they're there and they've been biting their tongue. They don't want to say anything, but then they just walk up to you and go, I hate those fucking sandals. Okay, done. All right. I mean, and then it escalates quickly. They're defensive and you're going to go, hey, you know what? Just shut up at that point. But since it's Steve's Love Tarot, I will pretend that I can control the energy that comes in here, which I can't. It does feel like a very good soul connection you have here. All right? But I'm just telling you, these energies will play out on many fronts, whether or not you have a soul connection with the other person on the other side. All right? So if you remember the other side is going to be a little bit defensive, you'll have a strategy going in of say less. Saying less is more. All right? All right, somebody's ready to tell you the truth about something. I suspect it's a runner or an ex or somebody you're estranged from. I am shuffling for the clarifiers. I just want to make myself clear on all those fronts because a lot of people give astrologers and other readers a hard time when it doesn't come true the way they wanted it to come true. Hey, you know, it is what it is. You finally hear from somebody as your horoscope could be your neighbor finally returning your rake. You know, it could very well be. It was accurate. It worked within the energy. It is what it is. It's not always your fantasy thing. Okay? All right. But this might well be. These are 2 major arcana cards. This has got to be bigger than somebody returning a rake. The Tower here. Yeah, what you hear from this person, I think, blows your fucking mind. Changes everything. Everything changes now. What's on top? 6 of Swords. Why is that here? I think, oh yeah. And the Bridge, the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I think it brings a lot of, it's what you've wanted to hear. It's what you've wanted to hear. It does change everything, but this squirrel, in this case, has wanted this tree to come down, right? It's blocking his view from his tree, which is over here a little bit, all right? It's a bit of that. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is smoothing out from choppy water to smooth water. King and Queen of Pentacles, my favorite connection in the tarot, on top of Temperance. I cannot predict free will. Do I think most of you, your runner or your ex, is going to come in and fit this energy? No, I don't. It's not going to make me popular, but I don't fucking care. The DMs in this cycle, I mean, some of you have somebody like this. If you just have a regular fuckwit, you'll be fine. But if you're one of my viewers that has a super fuckwit and you know who you are, I wouldn't expect this, but I would expect part of it. Okay? All right. That's all I'm saying. But this is beautiful. Something's finally said, and it brings stability to a connection that badly needs it. Okay? This might also be a family member. This can happen in family a lot too. Okay? So don't discount that. Don't just assume it's a runner. Taurus, position 2. Six of Swords, Six of Swords, Six of Swords, Six of Swords. Everywhere Six of Swords. It's fucking unbelievable. It looks like somebody... do I want to say that? Yeah, it looks like somebody wants to give you a miss. Just not even bother. They don't even want to bother. Because of where this Six of Swords is, they don't want to bother. It's just going to... I want to fix things with Steve's viewer in the Taurus position. But you know what? It's just going to ruin my day out on the canoe. You know? Fishing for bass with swords. It's just going to ruin my day out in the canoe. So, you know what? I think I'll give it a miss this week. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not buying it. Page of Cups crossing it. Yeah. It hurts this person to realize that they fucked up and they have to apologize. It's their fault. Yeah, okay, it's the DMs in this cycle have a hard time admitting they got anything wrong because they're narcissists, and narcissists can do no wrong. It's never their fault. They blame shift. It's always somebody else's fault, right? Just keep passing the buck. It is what it is. They're like, yeah. Apology or canoe ride bass fishing with swords. They're going to pick bass fishing with swords. You know, what's on top? Again, it's a hang-up. I say this, I have been saying this for a while in this Taurus position. If you identify with this, and you don't have to be a Taurus, and neither does your person, I am not your astrologer. It's just an angle on the energy. A cycle cut into 12 pieces. This is piece number 2. If it resonates, it resonates. This person has some past issues they haven't dealt with. This is they're going on the canoe ride rather than apologizing to you because of past issues. Old karma that they have not resolved. And it's getting ugly. All right, that hair is a tangled mess right now. Why is that here? Yeah, they're afraid. Yeah, it's what I said. It's right there. 4 of Pentacles. They're holding back because of these past issues. I don't know why I'm your second favorite. I have no idea. I called that. It's right there. They're being held back, the Four of Pentacles, because of these past issues. And these past issues are getting worse. You're actually the cure for them. Okay? You're actually the cure for them. And I've told you that before. So let them go bass fishing with swords. They'll be back. They know they owe you an apology. They know it's their fault, whatever it is. Okay? And whoever that is. Taurus. Well, I Freudian slipped, so this ties over here. Okay. I believe you had a 6 of Swords over here yesterday. Coinky dink. 6 of Swords. Huh? How about that? So all of this comes over here. I said this person on this side always has somebody holding them back. That's this. And that ties over here too. So what is Gemini position 3? Strength card. What's that line from Star Wars? The force is strong with this one, or something like that. The force is powerful with this one, or something like that. Yeah, there's a oh man, somebody's got control over your person's will, over their free will. All right, let's see where we go here. Strength card. I think they can push past it though. I think they do. I think they do. Am I right? Yeah. The Knight of Wands. Somebody's ignoring. Well, a lot of times this is what this is. You know, We say a lot with the Eight of Pentacles, people ignore, but she's ignoring. I told her not to go to that party. Now look what's going on, right? She's going to be in line. Look at her. She's got the fire, the drum on fire. She's gone crazy. She had way too much to drink. She's way too old to be going to this party. And now she's going to be standing in line for plan B in the morning at the CVS. You know, I mean, it is what it is. This person here is just ignoring somebody that's got a lot of power over them. They're just bypassing it. They're going to do what they want to do like a fucking rebel, right? What's on top? I believe it. 5 swords. Why is that here? The Magician. Somebody knows they've lost your person, right? They're going to try some dastardly deeds with the High Priestess to try to keep them under the surface. But somebody knows that they can't control their teenager anymore, right? Or they're, in this case, their 40-year-old teenager. But they can't control that person anymore. This person here is taking charge. It's a very immature kind of taking charge, but they may very well come towards you. However, it is angering. They're bringing trouble, and I've told you this before. It's angering whoever controls them on their side that they can't control them anymore. And they might make that your problem. They might. So pay attention to the open sky. You never know what will be coming down. All right? You never know. Keep your scanners peeled. All right? All right, Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle, the theme energy of this cycle. Everybody here is honorary Cancerians. This is the all signs position. It bookends this beautiful energy over here because this is crap. All right, let's go. 5 of Wands. Here's the problem with being the Empress. You got all this Empress energy around you. There's always something. There's always a negative. Even something extremely positive. Winning the lottery, you win $50, $100 million. It comes with problems. Problems that you can't yet anticipate, right? It's, you know, everything. The greatest thing that'll ever happen to you, the greatest love of your life comes with some issues. It always does. Nothing's perfect. And I said that the other day about a business thing or whatever I was talking about, right? 5 of Wands, it's not good enough for you. You have this vibe going on, and somebody yesterday in the Friday reading got the 5 of Wands, and it's that same energy. I believe it was you guys. I believe it was either Virgo or Aquarius, one of the two, got the 5 of Wands. And I said it was you guys showing up in the reading. And I said, don't sweat the small stuff, don't whatever. Something about what the truth that this person has to tell you is not good enough for you. You almost are in a vibe where you feel like you want the whole truth. And I need you to get off that. You're never going to get the whole truth from people. Ever. Ever. You know, I mean, ever. Unless you happen to be living in some sort of world where it's Jim Carrey's Liar Liar movie, right? And you saw the nightmare that was when people speak the whole fucking truth. It's funny, unless it's happening to you. All right, here we go. 5 of Wands. Why is it here? Tell me about it. The Ace of Cups. You're withholding a little bit. Because I'm the Empress, Steve. I've been coming up in every one of Steve's decks as the Empress, especially in extended readings, which are way more powerful. And now I'm the all-powerful Empress, and I demand more than what this person's telling me. They're kind of glazing over some things with that 6 of Swords. Steve glazed over that aspect while he was reading that section, in fact. I demand more, Steve. Okay. I'll tell you the same thing this person probably might want to tell you. Fuck off. All right? You're not going to always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. All right? We learned that all the way back in 1969. And, you know, we got to remember it. What's on top? The 2 of Cups. You're getting 2 soulmates coming together. 7 swords. But you think you're still being lied to a little bit. Okay? You think there's more. There's something you're missing, and you're jamming the whole thing up. There's your bridging energy because you think you're multiple empresses all at once. Well, calm the fuck down, Empress. All right? Be grateful for what you're getting. Take things in increments in the incoming energies. You're not going to get everything all at once, but you will eventually get most everything. You follow? Okay? So try not to get in your own way, is what I'm telling you. Okay? So be cool. All right? Like I said, the advice for August, the whole August reading all the way up to the equinox, is be cool. Ride the undercurrent. Don't sweat the small stuff. What is this? I'm multiple empresses. Are you crazy? We got to hold you for 72 hours. Psych ward hold, for God's sake. Calm the fuck down. Go out in the street and yell, I'm multiple empresses. Somebody going to take you away in a straitjacket. Calm the fuck down. All right? My God. All right. Leo soap opera, position 5. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody's willing. I've never said this about this person. I am pulling a Leo soap opera sometime in August, I promise you. This person is willing to leave money on the table and walk away. They're willing. They're ready. I'm ready to go out in the cold. They took, while they still had some money, they bought themselves a nice jacket, right? One of those like Timberland ones, right? Those things are incredible. It could be like minus 20 and you're like, it's like you're in Miami. It's amazing. Right here you go. 5 of Pentacles. They're willing to leave money on the table for once. Normally this person wouldn't leave if, not for anything. They don't want to leave they don't want to leave the security or the status or whatever it is. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? All right, let's see where we go here. Come on now. 5 of Pentacles. Give me a crossing card on it. We get 8 of Wands. Yep. Somebody's ready to... What did I say? Why am I your 3rd favorite? We got to start over. I know we were up in the thousands. I'm sorry. We got to start over. Why am I your 3rd favorite? Right? You were second somewhere up. I was second somewhere up in here. I said they're willing to walk away, leave money on the table. That is forward movement. And somebody's saying it. Somebody's saying, fuck you and your security and your status and your whatever, what usually keeps me here, right? I saw Steve's Love Tarot reading and I'm an idiot, right? That kind of a thing. I've been telling them a long time, this person's stuck. It's their situation that's keeping them stuck. Somebody's done. Somebody is done. Death card, finished. Why is that here? The King of Cups. Somebody now knows how they feel and they want to act upon how they feel. And there's a Page of Pentacles on the bridge. They're nervous, but they're doing it. It feels very forward to me. It feels very forward. We'll see if it sticks. You have a very fast cycle in this Leo soap opera. It comes around every 2 weeks. It's the fastest of all the angles in this particular soulmate cycle. It whips around. Hell, it gives me whiplash just trying to keep up with it. But this is encouraging. We will pull a Leo soap opera at some point this month when I feel the energy's just right for it, okay? All right, let's go. Virgo, position 6. Sometimes my wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here. Sometimes not. Hermit. Well, that's about as literal as I can get with you guys showing up here, isn't it? Right? I'm pulling on the Virgo angle of energy. You don't have to be a Virgo, but that is the card of Virgo. So it is you guys showing up. All right? You're very wise. Who are you? Right now. Your intuition is to be trusted, but you're inclined not to. I want you to take a look at this card. It's like a fool in this particular instance, the way it's reflecting. You see how he's on the edge of a cliff? Right? He's got to have trust that he knows what he's doing. That there's actually an invisible bridge there, and he'll be fine. Okay? That's sort of something for your mind's eye. All right, your intuition is going to be telling you something this week. This is you guys showing up, so it's for greater than 80% of you watching who this reading is for. Right? It can't be for 100% of the people, but for the people that this reading is for, this is for about 80% of you, give or take, a little more than 80% probably. At some point this week, and again, I'm not a time lord. Could be next week, could be the week after. Your intuition, your spidey sense is going to go off. You're going to be inclined not to listen to it. You're going to be like, no, that's crazy. Oh, that's no way. Oh, I must be off. It's probably something that you don't want to believe about a person or a situation. That's the most common reason we don't listen to our intuition. Even more common than something is counterintuitive. So keep that in mind. Just you being told to trust it. So do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. I have to say that. I mean, if your intuition's telling you to do something stupid, like you could jump off that roof, you'll be able to fly. Okay, you might not want to listen to it. This might not be for you. Okay, you might be an idiot. You might need to find some other channel. All right, so I tell you what, you can't fly jumping off that roof. All right, your intuition's not telling you that. But it is telling you to go towards a person or situation or say yes to somebody asking you out. Maybe something along those lines. Okay? Let's see. Tell me about the Hermit here. What do we get? Ace of Wands, yeah. You got to make a fast decision, right? Someone's coming up to you. Hey, you want to go out sometime? You're not sure if you like them, but you kind of like them. They've been in your spank bank a couple of times, but they're not like a star player, but you're not sure. I don't know. Your intuition says go out. Go, go, go. Right? Trust your intuition. Trust your first inclination. All right? What's on top? Temperance. What did I say? I showed you this card. I went to the... Why am I your fourth favorite? I showed you this card. I said there's an invisible bridge here. You got to have faith that the universe has your back. This is Archangel Michael. It's the universe having your back. Why is that here? The Nine of Cups. You'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. Justice comes from listening to your intuition. Justice is bookending the Hermit. All right? Okay. Remember what I said there. All right. Libra, position 7. The Moon. So, I wrote down yours yesterday. Someone misheard you or thinks you're lying. Something along those lines, right? Wasn't it like a 7 of Swords? I can't even read my own damn writing. I swear. I should have been a doctor or a pharmacist. I have to go to a pharmacist just to read my writing sometimes. Let's see where... somebody is... It's not that they didn't hear you correctly. They didn't hear you correctly on purpose. Or they're thinking it's a lie on purpose. They're afraid of the truth. Okay? People do that all the time. People do that all the time. We often say this as people hear what they want to hear. That's why. Right? They're afraid to hear something else. It is what it is. Let's go. Let's go. It's crossed by the Ace of Wands. It is funny, when I pulled that card, I said it probably ties to this here. Yeah, a little bit. Somebody is showing up. They're showing up with a lot of passion. They're very almost angry at you in a way, you know, for saying what you said. How dare you? It might be near future influence for you. This happens all the time, especially if you've got something to say that somebody doesn't want to hear, right? I mean, what's on top here? The Fool. Look at that. And I was talking about this Hermit like it was a fool, right? I talked about the cliff, right? I don't know why I'm your 5th favorite. I have no idea. What's on top? The Queen of Swords. I'm going to see, and there's perspective. I'm right. There's the Hangman bookending that Moon. It's what I said. Somebody's afraid of the truth. This is my Queen of Truth. Let them believe what they want to believe. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. I don't fucking care. I'm telling you, life experience is one of the things I use to translate these feelings into words that come in. And I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. They're not ready to hear this yet, whatever it is. They will be in the future. But right now, it's their perspective is all that matters in the universe. 5D Moon, 5D Hangman, 5D Fool. The universe is kind of forcing their perspective. It's protecting them in a way. Okay? It is protecting them in a way. All right, so there you go. This happens in the 3D all the time. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But it's happening in the 5D here, so there's certainly not much you can do about it, right? Scorpio, position 8, my hot Scorpios. What do we get? 6 of Pentacles. Somebody doesn't think you have enough money. Somebody doesn't think you have enough sense. I didn't write down yours yesterday. I don't even know what the fuck you got. Were you the Mentor one, or was that Sagittarius? No, that was Sagittarius. Okay. Somebody thinks you need help. Somebody thinks I'm drawn to the children. You had the Fool, right? The little bird that wasn't ready to leave the nest. I said he wasn't fledged. I talked about Flam the parrot flying into a tree, asking the bird-eating owl where the food cup is. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. 6 of Pentacles. Somebody's showing up now with all kinds of things that you're like, I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need that. You know, they think you need help. Somebody feels superior to you, or it behooves them to. In other words, it benefits them to. You know, it's in their best interest, probably psychologically, to feel superior to you. I don't know. 6 of Pentacles. Easier than to admit that most people who feel 8 of Wands, yeah, they're coming. Hey, they're stopping you from moving forward until you take something from them. I don't know. They're not letting you leave or go off and do something until they give you something. And that puts a piece of their energy in on it with you. It's just what it is. It's just, people who like to feel superior to you do it because they don't want to face the fact that, their own flaws and their own fuck ups. People just will not do that. Narcissism has become a plague in our society. It really has. It's self. I blame social media, smartphones, all of it. 4 of wands, why is that here? 10 wands, it is what it is. But we've got a lot of people right now out there, and this is one of them coming toward you, where it's very hard to admit to this person. It's very hard for them to admit that you probably do have your shit together and you are ready to go off and do what you're doing or whatever it is. They just want to put a piece of themselves in on it. Happy new beginning. They think you're making a mistake. They think they can stop that mistake. They want to come and be your hero, Knight of Cups. I mean, it's simple as that. I could sit here and talk about the psychology all day, but I think you catch my drift. It might be future influence for you, so if it hasn't happened yet, don't discount it. All right? You could tell look, I'll tell you what. You could tell this person all day long, no, I'm ready, I'm good. Don't bother. Just take what they're giving you and go. Okay? It's best not to argue with people. Okay, especially idiots. Don't waste your time. It's hard enough to change an actual smart person's point of view. An idiot, it's never going to happen because they won't hear you. All they hear is themselves. It just rattles around in their head, their own voice, round and round. So that's this person you're dealing with here. So don't bother. Sagittarius, let's go. You had a mentor yesterday or someone wanting to be your protege. Today you got 5 swords. Sometimes part of the cycle, sometimes not. I have to point that out. But usually for more people watching than, pay attention. I don't know what I think. I know what I want to say. But anyway, let's see where we go. 5 swords, why is it here? Let's see what the crossing energy is before I say I know what it is. I saw what the next card is because it flipped. You might have heard it flip. The Ace of Pentacles here, crossing this. Yeah. This sounds great, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound terrific? Hey, I want to learn from you. I mean, it sounds great, doesn't it? Hey, I want to learn from you. I want you to be my mentor. I want to be your protege kind of a thing. It does. It sounds terrific. It sounds like something you've always wanted, right? Always wanted. The King of Wands and the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, every fucking card I throw. Your intuition is, the next one out is that, and that is the 10 of Pentacles, and one more is the 5 of Pentacles. That's where it ends. If you let this energy into, you've had this before, very similar. If you let this motherfucker, whoever it is, into your life, they will eat it up like termites eating your house. Okay? Oh, how cool. We could get these little pet insects and let them loose, and they'll come visit us in the living room once in a while. Yeah, until your house falls on you in a few months. Right? It is that. This person has ulterior motives. Stay back, which they're keeping from you, but you're being told to stay back. You're being told to be more cautious. It sounds great. It's very flattering. Oh, this sounds terrific. She thought this was going to be a great apartment. It's not. That window in a storm. You live in Hurricane Alley. That might not be the right window. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do what you want to do, but if somebody wants you to train them at work or teach them what you do so they can do it, they will stab you in the back later. The energy is saying you will train them, you will show them what they need to know, and then later they will take your fucking job from you. Okay? That's basically it. I mean, and if you're Vanna White and you're watching me, I will tell you right now, do not teach anyone how to turn those letters. Oh, they will fuck you up. Let me tell you right now. Next thing you know, there's some other person, Judy Johnson, turning the fucking letters. Right? It's that kind of thing. Right? Somebody going to mess you up a little bit here. Be careful. They got ulterior motive, even if it's not as exaggerated as I might have made it. But again, I have to exaggerate to get my point across. Right here, position 10. Oh man, the cards are like, the energy is just like, oh, I know it's flattering. Somebody wants to learn from you, but and energy, your instincts are probably telling you this too. Again, pay attention to what I told Virgo. Pay attention to your instincts. And I said this might be something right here that you don't want to believe about somebody, right? You don't want to believe that, oh no, Steve, I want to believe that this person is great and nice. I'll be happy to show them how I do what I do. Do not give them the fucking secret recipe, you know? There's a reason the Colonel left those 11 herbs and spices locked up, all right? Tell you what, okay, I'm just saying. I don't know why I'm your 5th favorite. Probably 6th by now. I don't know. I lost count. Position 10, Capricorn. 3 swords. Oh. Somebody thinks you rejected. Somebody's coming towards you that you feel like you need to reject. I want you to be kind. You had the lion yesterday, didn't you? And I said somebody thinks you're a little aggressive. I think you may turn down an offer a little too hard. Could be business, could be love. I don't know. Be careful, okay? You're coming across a little stronger than you may realize. So tone it back a little bit. All right, I said maybe be a mountain lion or a bobcat, right? Rather than a full-on 500-pound lion. I don't know. I'm just saying. 3 of Swords. You bit somebody. You're going to have to put the lion down if he does that. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you said no. You liberated yourself from a situation. Maybe you pushed a little too hard. All right. Might be future influence for you. The energy might be setting up this week. Might be about to happen. Might have just happened and I just made you feel bad. I don't know. There's no time in the energy here. The clocks are what we hang on the wall, people. All right. So when you do have to reject anything this week and going forward, be cool. Okay? Again, I can't say it enough. August, be cool. What's on top? The Knight of Pentacles. Why is that here? Yeah, you were a little too flighty with this. And look at that. 3 swords. Bookending 3 swords. See that? See that? I don't know why I'm your 7th favorite. That's right. I'm bumping it to 7 whether it's 7 or not. I tell you what. It's exactly what I said. You were a little too flighty with this. A little too nonchalant. A little too, oh, whatever. Right? That's my party girl. She goes to the party for one reason and one reason only. To bang. Right? Somebody banged her. It didn't realize that. They thought they were going to be together now. Right? Maybe that's what this is. Maybe you banged somebody and in your mind it was a one-night stand. But for them, they're making plans for the future. Be careful about that. Make sure you're on the same page with people. Okay? But this could play out 1,000 different ways. All right? Just be cool. Aquarius, position 11. My other wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here, sometimes not. You already showed up here. And it really ties to Sagittarius. Be careful about not. I've said this before and I will continue to tell people this. It'll put 2020 and Dateline out of business with their news stories with people missing and all kinds of crap. But I don't care. Let those fucking shows get canceled. Right? Stop not wanting to believe things about people. All right? Just when your instincts tell you something about somebody or somebody shows you who they are, right? Believe it. All right. That's all. Again, it's very important, but it's lost on society, let me tell you. 9 swords. It's you again. You're getting worked up about shit this week. You're worried. You're worried about nonsense. Nonsense. If you skin your knee, you'll be worried about it. Look, if you skin your knee. Oh, no, never mind that. You get a mosquito bite. Okay? You're out at a picnic. You get a mosquito bite. And you Google. The AI comes in with medical advice on how to treat the mosquito bite. By the time you get done reading it, it'll be you need to go to the hospital, you're infected. They do that to cover their ass. When you should see a doctor, you start reading the lines of it. This is that type of energy where you end up sitting in the ER because you read those lines like, well, it said if it's red, oh no. Oh my God, it is itching a lot. Oh my God, it did bleed a little bit, right? Of course it did, because you scratched the shit out of it, which you're not supposed to do. It might get infected. Just put some Bactine on it and shut the fuck up. Relax, all right? Until it's time not to relax. Getting worked up over something stupid. Could be a mosquito bite. It could be a relationship. It could be a runner in the soulmate cycle. This is a tough soulmate cycle. When I first got here to YouTube, pretty much everybody was in 8 swords. I had to spend the first 5 months I was here banging people, to loosening them up, to try to fucking loosen the energy up. You know, because it was bad. I had thousands of emails that came in. Again, that doesn't solve anything. Usually you're worried about nothing. You're worried about the other person. You should worry about yourself. What am I going to get out of this? For the DF side, it was about self-worth. It was very important, right? But you're not going to get self-worth lesson out of anything, right? It fell on the floor reversed, 6 of Cups, if you're worried about nonsense. So stop it. 6 of Cups fell on the floor reversed, so I'm going to take it reversed. And there's the Strength card. You're worried about something that happened in the past. You're thinking about it way too much with the King of Swords there. You're overthinking. You're hoping you get another shot at it. You're bummed about how it went. And there's the 9 swords again, so that's where I have to stop. I'm just pulling from the top of the deck. That's it. It's the same thing. Round and round you go. You can worry about it all you want. Oh, my God. This happened in the past. And I fucked it up. I didn't have the balls to say what needed to be said or do what needed to be done. And now I'm thinking about it too much. I'm hoping it comes to fruition. I'm bummed that I'm in this position, and it results in nothing but right where you started with 9 swords. Don't waste your time worried about nonsense this week or between now and the equinox at the end of September. Don't waste any time on it. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Worried about something from the past that didn't go right. All right? It's probably not a mosquito bite. But other things will bleed into this. This is the type of energy where even if you're my big burly construction worker, tough guy that watches me, right? You might get a mosquito bite, start crying, oh my God, it's infected, oh no, what do I do? Right? You know, and some ER doctor is going to laugh at you and they say, why are you wasting my fucking time? Put some Bactine on it and shut the fuck up, right? It's that kind of a thing. You'll overreact to shit. All right? So, there you go. Now, if you've got odor, foul odor, pus pouring out of it, obviously go see a fucking doctor. But either way, right here, I got to use it as an example because I have a sister that's a total hypochondriac. I swear, you would not believe the shit she calls me about. It's unreal. I have saved the local ER many times, I'll tell you. All right, right here, position 12, Pisces. Always red with 1 and 5. What do we get? You will overreact here, and you can see it playing out. It just ends right where it started. It's a feedback loop from hell. Don't even get it started. 5 of, don't even do the research. 5 of Cups. It's one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle, right? I feel like you misjudged somebody, and you feel kind of guilty about it. This is you in this picture. I don't know why. Yeah, the 8 of Cups. I think you feel like you dismissed something too quickly or someone too quickly. Could be somebody you went on a date with and they wanted a second date and you said no and you're like, oh, be careful about that. I don't think you made a bad decision. That's not where I'm going. I think you need to trust your instincts. And your instincts come in quick. We had an Ace of Wands crossing there, right? Very quick. Trust your instincts. Over here, Sagittarius, trust your instincts. Something's not going to smell right about this person. Getting all 9 of Swords about all kinds of crap is just an endless feedback loop. And this energy is tying together over here. What's on top? See? Trust you. What did I just say? Why am I your 9th favorite? That's right. I'm jumping to 9, motherfuckers. And I say that with love. Okay? Queen of Cups. Instincts. Intuition. Hello. Trust it. You were fine. You did not make a snap decision. You're good. All right. And the three of Cups. You were fine. Your intuition is to be celebrated. All right. Any of this is just this. You're caught in this 9 of Swords feedback loop. Feeling regretful, feeling sad, feeling whatever. Knock it the fuck off, Empress. Right? There you go. Maybe I could have been kinder, Steve. Maybe I could have shown them the boob rather than just tease them with it, Steve. Maybe you could have. Maybe. You know how many people end up at therapists because they spent the middle part of their life doing all kinds of maybes about shit? Maybe. No, the energy says you made the right call. Okay? Trust your instincts. All right? And keep your tits to yourself. All right, let's go. Let's grab the animal deck. And let's have the universe add this up. 3 cards and a bottom card. What's it all mean? Hold on. I gotta fix my mic. My microphone is hanging on by a thread today. The little clip broke. So I got it taped to myself. All right, here we go. We are makeshift here, let me tell you. Nothing a little super glue won't fix. Come on now. But I ain't got time to super glue in real time here. It happened right around Leo. I paused it while I was shuffling for the... I'll just tell you, I paused it while I was shuffling for the clarifiers in the Leo position. The damn microphone just ching right off. I stepped on something, or I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, just go straight. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to get 9 swords about it. Right? I'm just going to super glue it. Done. All right, here we go. 3 cards in the bottom card. Added up. What actions they likely to take. 4 cups. Well, I like that. I do like that. Knight of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Underneath the 4 cups is the Queen of... underneath the 4 cups is the Queen of Swords. 4 cups and Queen of Swords crossing 9 Pentacles. These are red center, left, right. Everybody's got somebody attached to them that's in, I'm just going to paraphrase this, that's in some sort of energy where they don't give a fuck. And that's actually kind of good. We kind of need the DMs in that energy because they're afraid to be vulnerable most of the time. They don't care if they get hurt. That's the energy we need them in. It's probably temporary, but that's why we've got such a good shot at some kind of communication, and why you maybe, right here, shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth because I'm multiple empresses. Okay. Mr. or Mrs. 72-hour hold. All right, you can be multiple empresses in a straitjacket if you want to. Right, here you go. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You get what you get here. You'll get more information later. It'll flow in. But right now, this is good energy to have the DMs in. And I like it, all right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I've done my best for you, all right? Even though I'm your 11th favorite. And yeah, I'm jumping to 11. All right, that's your reading. Good luck.